Hey YouTube, it's Rob. I have a tweaked version of Jan Miller's GP Prague list. It is very, very similar to his main list. I personally would, if it was just for me, for myself, I would make some other changes, but I wanted to show this list that is, it keeps the basic deck intact. So if you want to play his deck and get the feel of his deck with just some very minor efficiency tweaks, you have this option here. So I'll just go over what I did real quick. It's pretty simple. Okay, so here's the main list here. You can pause it and take a look at it in depth. And then here's the tweak list. The main thing that I have done here is I've tweaked the mana base. He was running only a singleton Urborg and just a singleton Dakmor in conjunction with the 4 Mutavaults and Swamps. I shored up this to a full play set of Urborgs, and I increased the Dakmor salvage count to 2 because Dakmor salvage plus Raven's Crime is a great lock in and of itself. You know, Raven's Crime by itself is kind of like a lock. Turns every land you get into in every wasted top decked land you get into a useful discard, and this guarantees that happens every single turn. So it comes into play tapped. That's why it's only 2 of them in here, but I think 2 is enough to increase the frequency of the Raven's Crime Dakmor lock. I didn't get that at all. I didn't get that lock at all going during my daily, and this is what I run in my personal list is two copies of it, and it happens enough where I feel it's a great it happens enough where it's at the right consistency level. You don't want too many because they come and play tapped. Now the Urborg, especially with Smallpox here and Mutavault potentially not providing you with black land, I feel like you need this up to 4. The new legendary rule is very forgiving with multiples. You can still get mana from both, allowing you to play that turn 3 Lily or something like that. And I kept Dark Confidant after what I feel was convincingly proving that it's an underperformer. But if I took this out, I think the deck would feel just like a different deck, and I didn't want to do that. So the only, other than the lands, the only main deck card that I removed was the Scepter of Fuge, because until I'm proven convincingly otherwise, I view that card as garbage. So that card is gone, and I just shored up the Shrieking Affliction count. You could, as an option, shore up the Victim of Night count, since this deck is not running Ensnaring Bridge. You know, that it might be more important here to give yourself a little bit more board control, because creatures are going to be a real threat to you. So maybe that's better. I guess only time will tell. I was planning on playing a couple practice scrims with this deck. And the main bulk of the changes comes at the sideboard, which I felt was kind of a mess as far as what I'm used to playing against and what I'm used to having available to me in the sideboard. Leyline of the Void is gone in putting Leyline of Sanctity in its place, because not only is this excellent defense against red deck burn, which, whew, I had a hell of a close match against that, and I'm not used to that match being a bye because of this card. In addition to that, in fact, that's actually the splash reason for it, is red deck burn, because I can usually get by it without this or not. But this is what I have to fight Jund, and because what this will do against Jund is turn off all their discard, turn off all their burn, turn off their Liliana, which is an extremely important thing. The only thing Liliana will do for them at that point is +1, and really that's in your favor. So it turns off a ton of their stuff. it really takes away a big chunk of their strategy, leaving them to pretty much beat you down with only creatures. I run Ensnaring Bridge. This deck is not, so we're going to leave Smallpox, Victim of Night, and the card advantage gained from Bob to keep gas in the tank enough to control the board long enough to get the win. Also, Liliana can get rid of critters too, of course. So that's the plan. The other main thing in here is Torpor Orb times 4 in conjunction with Knight of Souls Betrayal times 2. I had sort of been told about this card weeks ago, before Jan used it in his side. I only ever really, the only reason I started playing with it at all was because I was trying to copy his list verbatim for that daily yesterday, and that he was using it, so I had to use it to make it a valid test. But now that I actually sit and think about it, consider what the card is, it's a twin hater, and I didn't realize that. I just kind of looked at it, oh, all creatures get -1/-1, and just whatever, 4 mana, it's not worth it. Then I started thinking about it. It shuts off every single creature in Twin. It kills Bob, it kills Vendilion Click, it kills Pestermite, it kills Lavamancer, and it maims Deceiver Exarch into a 0/3. And so you put that all in there, there's nothing they have left to come at you with. So that's really what I wanted. If you guys watched any of my daily that I did with my list, I went 3-0 and then went and I got faced twin in the final round. I was in first place going into the final round. I faced twin, I went 0-2 against him. And I actually said, listen, I need some help with that. So I had put in Torpor Orb and having some great success with this. Now I think Torpor Orb plus the Knight of Souls Betrayal giving me 6 cards to deal with them. And the game plan against Twin will be, I'm going to get this more often, it's going to come down earlier, it's going to turn off their combo, and it's going to turn the critters that they get into vanilla dummies. They're basically vanilla critters. And, in my list I can hide behind my bridge, but in this list, at least it reduces the value of them, while I can pick them off with Funeral Charm and Victim of Night and Lily and stuff, and Smallpox, until, if the game drags on, I'm going to see one of these, and this just finishes them off. So that's the game plan. I really wanted to keep the deck, 99% intact. So really what's been tweaked here is mana base and no more scepters. The rest of it is sideboard adjustment for what I am personally more comfortable with. So let's throw it into a match. The best way to do it is to play with it and see how it goes. I've gotten a lot of grief over Dark Confident. I want it known that I don't think Bob is bad. I don't think that. I just don't think that he is such a huge, gigantic bomb in 8-Rec in the way that he is in so many other decks that you put him in. He's good. He's such a good card that he can be good in almost any single deck that you put him in. You could put him in a mono black infect deck and see some good results. That doesn't mean that he's the absolute best card for that slot. It just means that he's so good that you've got you're getting a lot of advantage just based on how good the card is, how efficient the card is. You're going to get some advantage out of that no matter where he is. So let's see. I'll keep this list. It looks pretty great. It looks like exactly what I want. I've got the Raven's Crime Dackmore combo in play. He's got the Hierarch. So let's see what I draw here. Lily, nice. So my instinct here, play this, Raven's Crime him. Next turn, we'll see what I draw, because if he plays another creature, Grove of the Burn Willows, what is it? The heck kind of a deck is this? I don't know now. I usually only see this in Tron. So because I drew the land, I'm definitely going to double Raven's Crime here, pitching both Dakmors. This is his only threat. Let's see what I draw. Another smallpox. So, my plan now is to cast the smallpox, pitch the other smallpox, and cast the rack. Then, next turn I'll dredge, most likely dredge up a Dakmor and play it, so that I can cast my Lily. That sounds like a pretty solid plan to me. So Dakmor will get dredged up here and played. I still have another one in the graveyard for further lock, and now I can potentially block his Lotus Cobra here. And I definitely will block if he swings at me. Or do I take it? See, if I'm going to take it now, yeah, you know what I should have done was swung with the Mutavault last turn. That was a misplay. That was definitely a misplay. I should have swung with it last turn, and now I can cast the Lily this turn, but... Okay, so, you live and learn. I'll take the damage here. I won't dredge. Get the Shrieking. So really what I want to do here... It might seem crazy to you guys, but what I want to do here is to make him sack a critter. This will do two things. He'll get rid of that Hierarch, and he'll swing into my Lily with the Lotus Cobra next turn. Next turn, I will dredge, if he keeps the card, I'll dredge a Dakmor, and I'll play the Shrieking. He's taking all kinds of damage here. Domray, okay. Yeah, so I'll definitely do that. Yeah, just gave up. So, I think I had one little tiny misplay. He should be at 6 right here, and this should actually be killing him, but I think it was a solid, a well-played game. I don't see any need for, well, you know, like Knight of Souls Betrayal, be kind of cute, but I really don't see need for any sideboarding. I don't know what you call that deck exactly. It's got it's like Naya ramp, um, Naya aggro or something. Because like the Cobra ramps, but he didn't really see. I guess he ramps into Restoration Angel, but I don't know. That looks pretty solid. Okay, the good news is here I'll be able to uh, sink my teeth into his uh, turn 2 play with my eye. Okay, let's see what he's got here. He's got another Noble. He's got the Lotus Cobra and Phantasmal Image. So Lotus Cobra goes away. Slows him down and cast a Noble next turn and probably swing at me. Oh, it looks like he's gonna make a clone. 3 of them. So I'll put the Bob out. He's in play for, he's in range for the Restoration Angel, obviously. Oh, I see what he does here. Oh, that's Linvala. I thought it was Restoration Angel. Whoopsies. Funeral Charm. That's good. Actually, that's real good. And a Thoughtseize. Okay, looking cool. So, I'll play this. And I'll pass. When he swings at me with the Linvala, I'll just kill it with my victim. And if he swings at me with one of these nobles only, with the, you know, one of the exalted triggers, I'll kill it with that. I don't know what he was thinking about doing there. Okay, so Mutavault comes down. And so here, I'm going to cast Lily. She gets the +1. Dump land. Okay. Now, if he's, I'm going to do that same sort of gig. Yeah, I might as well swing with that guy. I'm not going to be blocking. I'm going to do the same gig, which is if he swings at me with one of those nobles, I'll respond with the Funeral Charm. Ooh, resto. That sucks. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. So he did have a restoration angel, and I guess he must have ripped the Linvala somewhere along the lines there. That wasn't totally crazy. So I'm really racing him now, which is okay. I'm ahead. He's got to spend time attacking Lily, at least one turn, so not bad. I can, whatever, discard his thing there. I probably should have cast this in his draw phase. That was a misplay. But live and learn. Looks like it's going to be a bad misplay. Oh, yes. Yes, it was. That's a bad misplay. Well, it looks like I may have cost myself the game. Okay, so here, if I'm not mistaken, swing with both of those. Play the Bob. And I discard during his turn, and I don't think he can combo out. He can get a, he will get, let's see how it goes here. I hope I win this because I should have won by doing this move here last turn. We'll see. He's going to get his Finks here. Oh. Whoops. Oh, yeah, he can't pay for it. Okay, well that works. So yeah, he couldn't have. So he was gonna get the Kiki, but he couldn't pay for it. So that works. Not great. I would have had a good amount of stuff to bring in on the side for him if he hadn't rage quit after dying. But the Kiki pod match, I felt like I was hanging in there no matter what was going on. I was not getting overpowered. So kudos for that, and we'll do some more testing here and there. But I do plan on playing my regular old classic 8-rack list in the daily tonight and recording the results, and we'll just see how that goes. So appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think. Later.